What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Boruto Manga chapter 69. So this is going to be my expectations and predictions for this chapter, and I guess it would be a good thing to recap how last chapter ended. It ended with Ada appearing on scene and Amado being surprised. And we also have this whole Delta versus Code thing going on, and Shikamaru's in the area as well. We got a whole bunch of people in the Hidden Leaf Village on standby, such as Naruto and Sasuke, because they can be alerted by Ino anytime through sensory of when they should jump in. But honestly, this chapter can go so many ways. I thought about it for a while, and honestly, Kishimoto can take it so many different routes, and some could be worse than others, and we don't know which way exactly he's gonna go. But I have a few potential ideas of what's gonna happen. But let's first talk about what's gonna happen for sure. I think Ada and Amado are gonna at least have a conversation for a couple of pages. I would guess at least like 6 pages we get of them talking, and Amado questioning like, "Hey, how are you here?" and Ada talking about what her goal is and whatnot. So I definitely think that is gonna be something that's a big part of the chapter. Another thing that I think is gonna happen is we would get Delta and Shikamaru versus Ada and Code potentially. Um, and I do think there's gonna be a fight of some sort. That's something that could really vary, because they could go so many different routes for the fight of this chapter. But I'm pretty sure we are gonna get one. So as for like a whole bunch of wild predictions I have, some of these will be crazy, some of them will be, more realistic. But something that I think would happen, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but wouldn't Ada's charm work on Amado as well? And if not, let me know why in the comments below, because I think it would. And if this charm does work on Amado, then Code could potentially get his limiters removed this chapter. And if that happens, the Hidden Leaf Village is in big trouble. They just dealt with Ishiki who knows how long ago, and now you have this happening. That's pretty crazy. And then, like I said, I am expecting a Delta and Shikamaru versus Ada and Code fight at some point. So that is probably gonna happen, even if it's very short. And I am expecting Shikamaru at some point to go and call for reinforcements, and that reinforcements, I believe, will be in the form of Naruto and Sasuke. I don't know who else would really come to their rescue here. Maybe if they want to involve Sakura, or maybe this could be the point where they bring back like Kakashi or something. I'm not really getting my hopes too high for that, but it's all possible. They could do something really unpredictable for all we know. But I am expecting a Naruto versus Code fight as well to happen at some point in this series, and it really could be this chapter. Maybe they're about to escape with Amado, and that's when we get Naruto and Sasuke versus Code. I'm personally just guessing they're gonna kidnap Amado rather than have him just unlock Code's limiters and then just leave him there. I have a feeling he's gonna get kidnapped, or who knows, maybe even killed, but I doubt that. It's a little too soon for that, in my opinion. But I do think that Naruto and Sasuke versus Code is a big potential fight that could happen, and maybe that's gonna be the cliffhanger for the chapter. What if Amado falls for Ada, and then he ends up removing these limiters for Code, and as a result of these limiters being removed, we end up getting Naruto and Sasuke versus Code now, because Code decides to go and destroy this village and try getting his revenge. I think it's a very possible scenario. I also think it's possible for us to get Naruto and Sasuke versus Code even before he gets his limiters removed. And I think what would happen here, and I know it's a little sad because they've been doing this to Naruto and Sasuke a lot through this series, but usually when they're trying to show a villain is like really strong, Naruto and Sasuke usually get their ass beat. So I think what a good way to do this here would be maybe we have a Naruto and Sasuke versus Code in this chapter before Code gets his limiters removed, and then we can see it as maybe, I know it's 2-on-1, but maybe we can see it as an even fight, or we could see it as Naruto and Sasuke are actually having like the upper hand on Code, but then eventually down the line when Code gets his limiters removed, you could then show maybe Naruto and Sasuke getting pretty much beat by Code. I think that would be better rather than them just showing Code beat them up, because you got to use these old characters, in my opinion, a little better. You can't just have them in here all the time just to get beat up. I feel like they can do more in battle than that. So hopefully they, let them take a dub before they take an L, because I feel like they're definitely going to use Naruto and Sasuke somewhere against Code to make Code look good. It's just something that I feel strongly about. I really think it's going to be something that Kishimoto decides to do. And who knows, maybe this could be the point where we even see someone die. This could be something that happens too in the next few chapters before the time skip. It would be a big way to end with a bang, because I do think that this is the very, very end before we get to the time skip. This is the last arc / mini arc, and then I think we're going to the time skip for sure. If not, I'll be really, really surprised. I'm not really expecting too much of Team 7 in this chapter either, by the way, because I think it's going to be very focused at first on Amado, and then interactions with Code and Ada, of course. And then I'm expecting it to go down the road of some of the old gen characters are stepping up here. That's what I'm expecting. I think Boruto will still be around, but I think that would only be because Sasuke is technically by Team 7 right now, if I recall right from last chapter. So maybe Boruto is going to argue to tag along, and he might play some type of role versus Code as well. But I do think this would be a good time for him to sit back after everything that just happened, literally. So we'll see what direction they decide to go with that one, because I can honestly think of like 20 different ways they could go with everything here. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they choose. I think a good cliffhanger though for the chapter would be either Amado getting taken away, or the chapter ending with Code getting his limiters removed, and that would be a interesting cliffhanger. The only other cliffhanger that I think would be way more impactful is some type of death, or maybe if we see Boruto get his scar, that would be something too. And I'm also feeling really strongly that if Code gets his limiters removed before the time skip, that Boruto is gonna get his eye scar sometime soon before the time skip. So that's what I think overall for this one, and I could have so many more different guesses too of how they could go with this chapter, but I stated a few ways that I think would be a little more obvious for them to go down. So let me know what you think in the comments below of what route you think Boruto chapter 69 is going to take. Do you think there's going to be any deaths anytime soon? Do you think we're going to get any big fights such as Naruto versus Code, or Sasuke versus Code, or maybe even Boruto versus Code? Do you think Code will get his limiters removed? Honestly, a lot of questions to be answered. A few more days to go. Stay tuned for spoilers on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't, because I am usually pretty on top of that. But that's going to be it. Be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.